How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to ReWrite Plus. And also welcome to the week where I really need to get a haircut at some point. But thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you guys had a good holiday if you're an American for Thanksgiving. Otherwise, hope you guys are having a good time just doing whatever else you're doing. This is interesting. We're kind of going through the motions, getting to know the characters a lot. It's been really fun so far. I'm really excited to see how this is all going to play out, but I'm imagining we're still going to do some character development. I also received some thoughts in the comments saying that I missed a few things on like the map bubble sheet part, because apparently like it can help to like change the size of the map, which I didn't even know you could do. So like I'll be playing with that next time we get to it. So thank you so much for letting me know. Hopefully I don't miss anything too interesting or I don't know, frivolous, I suppose. But yeah, so far, I'm just really enjoying it. So there's not really much else to say. Let's just kick back, relax, and enjoy the story until things start getting, you know, like, we're waiting for the shoe to drop, essentially. But that's okay. Like, I like world building, and the world building here has been really cool, really sweet, very interesting to just dive into. So without further ado, let's get started. As I make my way down the corridor during lunch break. Okay, so this is the lunch after we helped, oh shoot, what was her name? Kotori. We helped her kind of like get around and learn that she's very, very, very clumsy. Alright, as I make my way down the corridor, lunch break.
Tennouji-kun te, anata?
Okay, hang on. Nope, not that. There's the button. Who is this? I don't even think I've seen you in the promotional stuff before, but you've got like a sprite. Okay. That I am. A girl I don't know suddenly calls out to me.
私、新聞部の井上っていうの。はじめまして。
Newspaper club. Inoue? She politely bows her head. Hello. I bow in return. I didn't even know our school had a newspaper.
あったわけよ、これが。
I've never seen any copies around, though.
ウェブ新聞だからね。
Our school website had a feature where we can post achievements of our clubs and the like. We vote for the student council on that site too. It even adds a message board with a blogging service. That said, since the site belongs to the school, no one uses it as freely as they would other similar anonymous sites, of course. Oh yeah, I mean, especially because it's only probably localized for the school, so like, why would you? When you could have your, you know, Facebooks and Reddits and 4chans and all that stuff. So, what does a member of the newspaper club want from me? Confessing your undying love, maybe? Oh, come on. You know you were going to make the joke. Her eyes grow cold. You want to interview me? Ask away. By the way, I do not have a girlfriend at the moment, so I'm open to confessions of all kinds.
今までフリーじゃなかったことは？
Ow. You might find it hard to believe, but no, I haven't. If you pity me, then how about dating me for a while, just to, like, try me out? Oh, come on, Kotarou. Inoue jots something down on her memo pad. What are you writing there?
人生で一度も彼女いたことなしと。
I mean, did you hear what he just said? Of course he's never had a girlfriend. Hey.
ところで、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
I can't reveal any personal information. Also, I was kidding earlier. I actually do have a girlfriend.
神戸さんでしょ？
Kanbe. That's probably how we look from the outside. It hurts. So, what do you want to know?
天王寺くん、裏口入学したって本当？
What? I see you're gonna go straight for the jugular. I hope you're aware that was a pretty rude question.
どうなの？
That's the first time I've heard such a ridiculous rumor. How would you even get into a school illicitly? Inoue jots something down in her memo pad again. That was actually a very good answer for that.
本人、堅くなにしてと。
Now that's not appropriate. For one thing, she's trying to manipulate us into getting like a flustered reaction, but the thing is she's also misquoting us. Wait, the way you just phrased that gives off a sense of ill intent.
分野だから、信憑性に関わらず疑ってかかる。
Yeah, you also can't believe anything you read. Kind of full of yourself, huh? Look, got into the school fair and square. You should do your research.
隠蔽工作は万全と。
Darn it, curse! I keep clicking the wrong button. I don't think I like you anymore.
これが松込魂よ。
I feel like you're taking a bit too far, though. I bet your newspaper's actually some dumb tabloid.
はい、名刺。
She hands me a dark green business card made of plastic. It has the name Inoue written on it. It even has a QR code. You could probably jump straight to her site if you scanned it with your phone. I hope it shows me that. I wonder if there's actually a working QR code in the game. You sure are going for a silly school newspaper.
外部取材の時なんかあると便利なの。ま、一度アクセスしてみて。
Uh-huh. She sounds pretty confident.
うちは深く鋭くが売りなの。
Well, I'd really appreciate it if you tried not to dig so deep and be so direct with the accusations next time.
あんたの去年までの成績ってひどいんだもん。
Oh.
どうやってここに入ったのかって誰だって思うわ。
Okay, I can see. Yeah, okay, she did do some research. Schoolwork suddenly got really difficult and I couldn't keep up, okay? I didn't have that much trouble during the entrance exams.
それも調べればわかることよ。カツ丼食べさせてやる。
Uh-huh. I'm not saying a word. I shiver in fear. Still trembling, I whip out my phone and turn on the QR code reader, pointing at Inoue's business card. The scanner on my phone is pretty advanced, so it doesn't even take a second for it to do its job. With a code like this, you can access unfamiliar websites without typing in the long URLs. Let's see what you're made of. The website itself doesn't look half bad. Pleasing to the eye, easy enough to navigate. It conveys the atmosphere of a school perfectly, having lots of videos and pictures accompanying the text. To be honest, I'd recommend it to anyone who's interested in enrolling at our school. Darn, this actually looks pretty good. Maybe I could use some of this stuff for my part-time job if I get hired. In any case, I wouldn't waste your time investigating me any further, as I'm clean as a newborn baby.
そうさせてもらうわ。近いうちに必ずカツ丼おごってみせるわ。
You do that, because I'm totally hiding all kinds of stuff. You become acquaintances with Inoue. Still, I guess some people are really serious about their clubs, huh? I feel a bit jealous about that. A club, part-time job, reporting part-time, the newspaper club? I feel like there's a connection there. Although intending to interrupt my thoughts, a piece of paper attached to the other side of the card falls to the floor. The other thing is interesting too, if you think about it, he's already kind of got a job in a similar line. You think he might want to say like, well, hey, I just got a decent camera. Would you be interested in some freelance work? Like to practice, but I don't know. Maybe he's just not thinking that way. A receipt. Inoue's special scoop list, revealing information may lead you to be silenced by the state. Crap, she's actually one of those crazy people. Emanating their crazy ways from underneath their tinfoil hats or something. I'd best not involve myself with her. Still, I can't resist glancing at the memo. List of suspicious persons. Senri Akane, 3rd year, witch, the president of the Occult Research Society. Her influence exceeds that of the average student by far. Any kind of approach should be deemed morally dangerous. Not morally, mortally. Tennouji Kotarou, 2nd year, loafer. Nice. Suspicious background, almost no friends at school, approachable. Tanuma Kyoko, 2nd year, Messiah. Possibly the Messiah. What? Kyoko? Looks like most information about her is being suppressed, trying to interview the medical staff if at all possible. Shinsaibashi Hitomi, 1st year, scissor girl. That's creepy. Possibly repeating a year, despite extraordinary physical ability, doesn't take part in any sports. Okay. Changing schools on September 1st, no explanation provided. Why is my name in this? The list of paranoid delusions is longer than I expected it to be. I skimmed through a bunch of other names. Inoue's insanity is rather overwhelming. In short, she approached me because of this list of hers. The part about my suspicious background is probably referring to the circumstances behind my enrollment. And all of that is complete bullcrap if you're wondering. I stuffed the list into my pocket. I like how he talks to us directly. It's really interesting. It's like he knows we're here. It'll be nothing but trouble if she learns that I found it. I'd better destroy it in secret. Oh, wait. I checked the memo again. There are comments next to some of the entries. I didn't notice at first, but it looks like Inoue's gone a bit too far. This is bad. Judging from the fact that there's nothing next to my name, it doesn't look like she found anything out yet, but it's dangerous to let her snoop around unchecked. Better be on my guard. Dangerous for what? What do you have to hide, Kotarou? I make a mental note. Interesting. Huh.
何それ
Ah! Kotori stares at Inoue's memo.
灰色少年って何
That's my title.
二つなって
Like a nickname, I guess. I mean, you see it in games all the time, like Angel of Darkness, the Dark Knight, something like that.
どうして小太郎くんの二つ名が
No idea.
よくわかんない
It's probably just something she came up with at random. Don't think too hard about it.
でも上に書いてある魔女は知ってる。
Senri Akane, you mean? Senri Akane, third year, witch, president of the Occult Research Society. Her influence exceeds that of an average student by far.
そうだよ。密かな有名人だ。
Well, I've never heard of her. What's this Occult Research Society anyway?
よく知らないけど、あるよね。活動はしてないんじゃないかな。新人も勧誘してなかったし。
I guess not everything in here is delusion. Could Inoue possibly know my real secret too? Oh, so he does have one. I'm growing anxious. This just had to happen right when I finally managed to forget about it. It took a lot of time and energy for me to get this far. But if everything came out now... Heaven forbid. Is that supposed to be heaven forbid, or is he actually saying Evan?
クワガタ?
Yeah! Hey, Kotori, remember that time you tried to say, don't leave me behind, but instead you said, don't leave my behind?
そんなこと言ってたっけ?
Her cheeks turned red. You sure did. It was kind of cute.
よせやーい。アホだな、昔の私。
Back then? I bet this was like a week ago.
ア
Ho
ホー!
ho ho. I revel in her embarrassment for a while. So what kind of person is this Senri Akane anyway?
有名だけど、表舞台には出てこない人だね。
That's an interesting dichotomy.
裏社会のドンとか、学園の魔女だとか、いろいろ言われてる。
How? Like, why does she have those names? Which sounds a bit like an insult.
怖がられてるんだよ。
As in, they think she's a creep? The nuance makes a huge difference.
本当に怖がられてる。
Huh.
恐怖されてる。
Because of her influence, or what?
その人に逆らうと。
If you do...
恐るべき魔法の力で。
A gulp. To...
大事なお札を鳩に変えられちゃう。怖い。
Your banknotes? That's just a trick. And she's stealing your money.
あるいは、恐怖の超能力で。
Wait, is that different from magic?
針を刺しても割れない風船を見せつけられちゃう。どうしたらいいの?
All you need for that is a single piece of tape. Just put it over the part you're gonna stab and the balloon won't explode.
しまいにゃ、バナナの皮を剥かずに中身をバラバラにする大イリュージョンが炸裂。
Isn't that where you pre-peel the banana? A string! You only need a string to do that. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look that up. You just can stick it inside the banana and cut it up that way. Don't make fun of superpowers, okay?
まあ、そういう感じ。魔法とか超能力とか呪いとか霊とかいろいろ操れるみたいな。
Huh. That doesn't sound very consistent.
オカルトだね。
Fair point. I bet my right hand she's a total fake.
でも、みんなの恐怖を一身に集めてます。
This whole thing is starting to piss me off.
あ、でもね、全然授業に出てこないんだって。
Oh, she's like us then. Well, you. I'm sure that's just because she's self-conscious of how everyone's creeped out by her.
たまに出てくる。
It's only a matter of time before she gets expelled.
アウトにならない。どれだけ休んでも留年もしないで退学にもならない。なぜか。
I mean, if she can pass all her exams, there's no reason to hold her back.
ほとんど休んでるのにちゃんと進級してるんだって。
I see. That explains where the rumors of her influence come from. I can almost see the light bulb popping up above my head. It's not like you really believe she's a witch either, do you?
まあね。
Hey, don't you want to, like, test her?
どうやって?
By investigating, like magazine reporters. Interviewing and suspects and stuff.
小太郎くんがそんなこと言うなんて珍しいね。惚れた?
We don't even know her. I think I need a bit more time for that. Besides, I haven't even seen her face yet.
お付き合いしたいの?
No. I just want to investigate her. Scammers are who trick people by pretending to have magic powers. Just rub me the wrong way, alright?
つまりこういうことだね。あかね、俺がすぐそばで一生かけてあんたの正体を探ってやるぜ。
Kotori's like the best wingman. Kotori's voice is husky. I'm not planning to propose to her, okay?
ラブラブ。
Oh, just shut up. Jeez, why are you messing with me today?
いいよ。
Just scaling past that. She's fun though. Like, Kotori's really starting to grow on me, I think. Huh?
してみよ、取材。
Really? Aww.
小太郎くんがいいと思うのならやればいいと思うの。それに本当にいい出会いになるかもしんないし。
Why are you so obsessed with this idea? Don't start with that again. I feel as though the remnant of memory had sealed in the depths of my heart flickers for a moment before my eyes.
最近の小太郎くんやる気なんだよね。
I guess I am.
協力する。
Thanks. I really haven't gotten over it, not even close. But I've always believed time would solve it for me. I have no other choice. Interesting. So he does have a mystery. Like it was definitely dancing around it for a while though. We eat lunch together. Kotori with her box lunch. Me with my bread from the cafeteria. We discuss the whereabouts of Senri Akane as we eat.
いかんせん情報がないよね。
Besides, she's a third year. Not really someone we could just run into. Neither I nor Kotori have any friends among the upperclassmen.
聞き込みかね。
Now I think about it, that's a choice that requires more than a bit of courage. To go to the third floor and ask the whereabouts of an upperclassman. Addressing our seniors like NPCs in an RPG. One has to be quite bold to manage that. I hope she's not being bullied or anything.
そういう感じじゃないみたいだけど、ただかなり気難しい人かも。
I'll use the vast charisma I've honed on Yoshino over the years.
ナンパだ。ナンパをするんだ。小太郎くんごいす。
You're obsessed with this. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a reply. Besides, I'm not as confident as I sound. I mean, look at how Yoshino's treating me.
暇つぶしと思ってやるだけやればいいさ。
I suppose you're right.
焼きそばちょうだい。
She has her whole lunchbox to herself, but she still pillages the yakisoba off my bread as soon as I let my guard down. Aw, that's so sad. About 3/4 of it, too. Jeez. All I've got left is the bread now, thanks.
パサパサしてる。
It's dry because it needed to be stuffed in the bread.
まるい。
You of all people have no right to eat my yakisoba. I demand a fried egg in exchange.
ダメ。卵焼きが一番ダメ。
Then give me something else.
きんぴらならいいよ。
I don't want your carrot. Carrot. That doesn't sound too enticing, to be honest.
見た目は似てる。あら嬉しい。
Yeah, if you squint really hard, go colorblind, and spin around so much you can't see straight. You don't need to force it that hard. She moves the shredded carrot to my bread, replacing the yakisoba. I take an experimental bite. This is pretty spicy. What'd you do to this carrot?
うちのは唐辛子たっぷり。
Jeez, this isn't bad. It goes perfect with rice.
怪我の巧妙？
It doesn't go that well with bread, though. She's interesting. Life can't be boring around Kotori.
すぐ飛び立つ？
Yeah. No, wait. It'll be boring with just the two of us.
カップルに間違えられるかもだしね。
Is that so bad? I wouldn't really mind that, actually. Might even help my reputation.
不死だら NG。
Why? Is that so? I hope she'd be a bit more willing. In that case, let's hire a bodyguard.
傭兵？有望な人材に心当たりでも？
Of course we are. I might be. Of course, like, recruit others. No, we're asking Yoshino. He's our boy. Yoshino's sitting at his desk. And so, I walk over to him. Yoshino, it's time to go on a fantastic adventure.
死ね。
You see, we need more people. Can we count on your help?
構うな。
It'd be a party of 3 with Kotori and me.
殺すぞ。
I return to Kotori. Yoshino said he'll join us platonically.
何それ？
He'll become a member of our group strictly on a spiritual level.
すごく仲いいみたいに聞こえる。
To put it in gaming terms, Yoshino has a hit point gauge, but he doesn't participate in any battles.
睨んでるよ。
I don't make eye contact or we'll receive friendly fire.
それ味方じゃないじゃん。
In the end, we decide to set out on our fantastic adventure with just the two of us. Okay, everyone, here's today's plan. There is allegedly a witch at our school. Our objective is to find her.
探した後はどうしよう。お話しするの？
We're going on a legitimate witch hunt. I was hoping we'd receive an item of some sort.
アイテムって何さ？
You know, a key item, you know? Maybe a talisman. Here you go.
肥後どこさ？
Kumamoto.
熊本どこさ？
In Senba.
千葉山にはタヌキが。 あんた方どこさじゃなくて、アイテムって何さと申した。
You played along for a while, though.
タヌキどうでもよし。
What? How can you not like Tanukis? They're cute. As for the item, I was thinking something along the lines of an artifact bearing the power of exorcism.
魔女がいたらそういうものもありそうだけどさ。でもどうして除霊？
I said it without thinking, but it made me recall the awful memory of 2 nights ago. The freezing sensation on my wrist. That definitely couldn't mean anything good, even if it was just a dream. That's how I feel anyway. I just thought it'd be nice if we found something like that. Any other questions?
はいはい。
Go ahead, Miss Karabe.
居場所がわからないと思うんだけど、どうするの？
We know she's a third year, so we'll be heading to their floor for starters.
足の操作だね。
There's no time to waste. Onwards! We're on a quest. We traveled to the third year floor.
ちょっと緊張するよ。
We have to talk to our upperclassmen after all. It's nothing like talking to the villagers in a game.
部活でもやってれば知り合いもいたろうにね。
Well, that's our own fault. Too late for that now. Let's go. Oh, an unoccupied looking third year. I'll go talk to them. Excuse me, could you spare a moment?
ここは3年生の会だ。
ゲームで街の人に話しかけたみたいなリアクションだ。
Third years are so cool. We're looking for someone, actually. Ask him about the witch.
さあ、聞いたことないな。他当たってくれる？
I see, thank you. I guess it was foolish to think it'd work on the first try.
どうする？
Just keep this up until we learn something. I mean, it's not like it's that hard.
知らないな。聞いたことね
Maybe we should approach a girl.
え。わからん。
Yeah, we're only approaching guys here. This isn't going too well. Looks like the witch may not be as famous as we thought.
女子中心に聞き込みした方がいくない？
Just what I was thinking, Kotori. Third year girls. That'll require some guts.
でもおまじないとかは女子の領分でしょ？
Not always. I might have had a phase. Yeah, that makes sense. I try focusing on girls instead.
ああ、知ってる。聞いたことある。
Bingo. That didn't take long at all. Seriously?
なんかいるらしいね。どこかに。
Didn't look like she knows much of anything, though. She's supposed to be a third year.
そうなの？うちのクラスにはいないと思うよ。
I see. Thank you. We continue our investigation.
なんか知ってる。
So we have something going.
なんか聞いたことある。
I think we should be looking for the club, because the club has to have a club room and a meeting time. It's part of like the nature of a club in a school. Like they have a set schedule. Even if they don't keep it, it might at least give us information.
なんか噂になってる。
Feels like everyone's only vaguely heard of her.
本当に謎の人なんだね。
I guess that's one reason why we call her a witch. Next.
まじない師？うん、知ってる。
Aha! Do you know where I could find her?
おかけんの人らしいよ。
We already knew that. Oh, finally someone who knows something. Is that club actually still active?
研究会とか愛好会はパンフにも載らないからね。けどあったはずだよ。
Well, we knew that.
あ、でも一度潰れたって噂も聞いたな。
Ah, crap.
小太郎くん。
Yeah, sounds like we finally received some valuable information. Could you tell me what happened?
詳しくは知らないんだけどね。部室はなんか空いてる教室使ってたとか。
Crap. So they didn't have a set place. That's not gonna be easy. I got all the information I could from her. Empty classrooms, huh?
いっぱいあるね。
We live in an age of low birth rates. Despite hosting only an average number of students, the school is gargantuan. That's because it has enough funding to function without needing to go out of its way to utilize all its facilities. Dang, you can find empty classrooms around every corner.
今サイト見てみたんだけどね。
Kotori stuffs her phone back into her pocket.
オカルト研究会って部活コーナーにも登録されてないみたい。
Right. Well, that's because it's just a society, not a real club, right?
多分ね。
It either had too few members or wasn't that active. In any case, it doesn't seem like an officially recognized club. I wonder how they managed to get permission to use the classrooms. Well, if they're using random classrooms, I bet they didn't.
借りてなかったりして。
Those delinquents.
だね。でもうちの学校、使われてない教室って鍵かけられちゃうんだよね。
Interesting. Yeah, that's right.
だから研究会ってなんかやらかしてるんだと思うね。私は。
Ah, Kotarou, you smell conspiracy, yeah? Definitely has the scent of a scoop about it. I get that Inoue gal has some good instincts, if nothing else.
心当たりあり？
No. For now, we should check any unlocked classrooms after school. We might find the Occult Research Society doing whatever they do.
現在も活動してればだけど。
Right, but at least we've got a concept plan now.
ちょうど昼休みも終わりだね。
Yeah, let's go back for now. This has been fun, though. It's been a cute little adventure. After a few more torturous hours, school finally ends for the day. Let's go!
ガッテン、アンさん。
Atan!
やけにやる気あるんね。
It's starting to get fun.
うむ。
It's just really good. Just wish we'd picked up more comrades along the way.
そうだね。
We once again travel to the third-year floor. The corridor's filled with people since school's over. Those going to their clubs, those hurrying to return home, those lagging behind in the classrooms. All of them are living their lives their own way.
どこから探索する？
Let's look for any unused classrooms for starters.
たくさんあるけど、片っ端？
Well, let's try and be methodical at least. Yep. Let's do this, Kotori.
よし来た、アンさん。
Aww. We spent the evening combing over the school building. We checked every classroom we could find. At times, it felt like we were braving the fires of hell itself. A torturous quest with no end in sight. We made sure to check each and every nook and cranny. Ugh. Our faces tinged the deepest blue. We staggered through the corridor, groaning like a pair of zombies. Everyone hurries out of their way the moment they catch sight of us. One guy points the cross at me. It's useless, pal. Something that pathetic couldn't hurt us. Just how long have we been on our feet already? Before we know it, we checked over the entire school. The school map has been completed. We only have one last corridor to check. We really gonna find them? Well, you always find things in the last place you look, obviously, but like, are we gonna find them at literally the last place we could look? This area feels kind of occult to me. A lonely corridor far from the usual clamor of the school. No rooms nearby are in use, so there's hardly any teachers or students around. The lights in the corridor have even been turned off.
言われてみれば、そのような印象もなきにしもあらずだね。
Huh.
そして、空き教室もある。任務完了の匂いがプンプンするね。
Poon poon is that smell? Let's check these classrooms out. I place my hand on the door, but it doesn't budge. Guess it wouldn't be locked, huh? I tried pulling the door a few more times, but it's hopeless. Or so I thought before it suddenly springs into motion. Whoa, crap!
どうしたん？
Seems I wasn't locked after all. The door creaks open as I plainly lie. The broken lock drops at my feet with a clang.
壊した！小太郎くん壊したんだ！
Shh, no, it was always broken. Don't shout, you fool! Won't be able to get away with it if you attract attention.
すぐ物壊すんだからも
What? No, I'm not.
う。いつも壊してるよ。前にうちの蛇口だって壊した。
That was ages ago. I remember it now, though. I've been trying to be careful, but it seems I still have ways to go before I can fully control my powers.
公共のもの壊したら弁償なんだよ。しかも割引とかないから高いんだよ。
Are we like super strong or something? I've heard guardrails are surprisingly expensive to replace, but I didn't know the school followed the same rules. Hey, maybe that door's broken from the start.
にゃ、バキッできる。
I retrieved the remains of the lock. It's been completely out of shape. It doesn't look like an easy fix. Well, I messed up.
もしここがおかけんさんだったら、まず謝罪しないとだね。
The best kind of first impression, huh? That said, I brought this up on myself. Hey, don't mind me. Why is it so dark in here? Does this room have no windows, or are they covered by curtains?
スイッチは...
Kotori grasps at the wall. What the fetch? Huh! I leaped 2 feet in the air. Who's there? Hello? I try addressing the darkness but receive no response. I feel no human presence here. Wait, no human presence, sure. But what about non-human? The mental image makes me shudder.
ビビったー。でもどっかで聞いたような声だったような。小鳥さん、ちょっと疑問に思ってるな。
What do you mean? Where'd you hear it?
わからない。けど小鳥さん、この事件ちょっと怪しいと睨んでるな。
She boldly presses deeper into the dark classroom. That's quite manly of her. Whoa, be careful. What if you get cursed or something?
この辺だったかな、今のは。
Sounds like she's patting the wall.
発見。
It's gonna be like a screaming Halloween toy or something. Whoa! Yeah! Help someone! We need an exorcist in here! I shout towards the exit.
落ち着きな。待ってて、今電気をつける。
My surroundings suddenly light up. Huh? What's this? It sure is a weird room. This doesn't look like a classroom, or like anything that has any business being in a school, really.
ごらんよ。死体なんてどこにもありゃしない。
Yeah, what was the scream then?
おいでおいで。
I walk over as she signals for me to come closer. She points at the light switches on the wall. Why are there so many? They're lined up on some kind of panel.
これを押してみて。
I do as she requests. Oh, interesting. Are we in like some kind of like audio broadcast room? So it was a trap.
スイッチを押すと録音されてた悲鳴が室内に流れるようになってるんでないかな。
What a weird thing to have in your room. I'd easily make it into the top 10 most useless functions a clubroom could have.
こっちのスイッチは何だろ
Alright, now I can't understand that, but that's creepy.
う。えい。
Yeah, what kind of situation would you even use something like that?
百物語とか
Guess that's true. Okay, how would you add anything?
さあね。
Well, that was pointless. This room is weird.
まあ、でも。
Kotori glances around the room with a sharp look in her eye. The scrutinizing gaze of a woman.
今も誰か使ってることは間違いないみたい。綺麗。
Yeah, it would be covered in dust if it wasn't. It definitely doesn't look like it's been abandoned for long. Not a speck of dust anywhere.
ちゃんと女の匂いがする。
That's quite a nose you've got there, Kotori. Huh? Is that what that sweet smell is?
これはシャンプーとかソープの匂い。それとは別に、ちゃんと女っぽいよ。
Like what? Could you tell me about that in a little bit more detail? I'd like to try smelling it myself.
おの子にはわからぬこと。
Dang, you've got me curious. Me too. I'm like, what are you saying?
目的忘れてないかい？
Oh, right. This looks like it used to be a classroom, but it's been remodeled.
冷蔵庫あるし。
Dang.
あ、これソファーベッド？
Oh, wow.
パソコン、エアコン、加湿器、テレビ、ゲーム。
Is someone living at the school?
プレジデントチェア。高級サーバーマッソン、これ欲しいよ。完全防音スか。
Interesting.
案の定カラオケマシンだ。
Ooh.
これがダイソンの最新式全自動ロボット掃除機。カプラ箱買いかい。しょぼ。
Kotori snoops around the room, pulling out one thing after another, and letting a high-pitched shriek with each one of her finds.
秘密基地みたい。すごい文明開化。
Gotta wonder how much of all this costs. Do you think this place belongs to the principal or something?
はい、質問。
Yes, Miss Kanabe.
結論。
Kanbe, not Kanabe. I keep adding extra syllables. Kanbe.
ここ住める。
That's not a question. However, if there was a club room like this, I might seriously consider quitting the Go Home Club once and for all. But now we have another unanswered question. A mere society could never secure a room like this. There's no way you could set it up without the school's permission either.
場所を間違えたのかね。
I can only see this room belongs to Secret Presidential Fellowship or the Rockefeller Club or something like that.
どんな部？
But then again, the books here all seem to be occult related. Books on the occult line the nearby shelves.
それか魔女さん、よっぽど儲けてるかだわね。
Maybe. That would explain it, actually.
大物政治家とか越後屋がお菓子持ってお伺いに来てたりして。
Ah, yes, because witches deal in sweets, not money. Ah, yeah, but instead of chocolate, there's gold inside.
性的に呪いをかけるとか未来を予知するとか。
Ooh, this is starting to sound kind of realistic, to be honest.
どうする？ご本尊いないみたいだけど。
It's already pretty late. She probably has gone home by now.
メモでも置いとく？すぐ連絡くださいって書いてさ。
Maybe. I spot a memo pad on the desk. Might as well. Alrighty, that's done. I wrote down that I was looking for the Witch of the Academy, that I wanted her to contact me at the earliest convenience. I also apologize about the broken lock.
物壊しちゃって。短気な人じゃないといいけど。
Yeah, if she is actually a witch and short-tempered, we're just sending her a memo straight to us. This sort of mystery lady usually turns out to have a soothing personality.
こんな悪趣味なのに。
I don't feel as confident after hearing that.
あ、もうこんな時間だ。帰ろ？
Yeah. In any case, this room sure doesn't look normal. There's definitely something fishy going on here.
ほら、電気消しちまうよ。
Okay. Mission unsuccessful, but still. Spending the night all alone in my huge house. My parents haven't been home for weeks because of their jobs. It's almost like I'm living on my own, which is pretty cool in a way. Except for the one problem that's befallen me lately. All locked. Okay. I fasten all the windows and doors in my house. I figured that should be enough to keep me safe. At least from physical threats. Crawl into bed after a time. To be honest, I don't want to turn the light off. I'd rather sleep with them on. But as I found out, I can't fall asleep when it's too bright. Darkness swallows my room with one click. I pull the sheet over my head. It takes a moment for my surroundings to become terrifying. Took my phone with me to bed. Despite knowing that now isn't the best of times, I end up calling Kotori. She picks up on the third ring. Hello, Kotori? I love you. She's fast asleep. That doesn't make sense. How did she even pick up? Did she do it unconsciously?
もう食べられないよ。
Even the legendary line?
ダブルのソーダアイスは
Yeah.
小さく割れた方を小太郎くんにあげよう。
Aww. Still a bit selfish, huh? People can't hide their true selves while sleeping, of course. Maybe this is actually a blessing in disguise. Right, let's talk about love, Kotori.
ピッピッピッピ。
Kanabe Kotori, is there anyone you love?
自分
Wow. What kind of guy do you like?
お金持ち。
Wow. That's terrible. Well, relatively terrible, I guess. It's not the worst thing in the world, so I corrected myself. Still, it's a pretty unromantic stance to have.
年収1000万とか言わないの。でも毎月小銭が自由になると嬉しいの。
So, by rich, she just simply means someone who could provide. You're surprisingly cheap to please. What about love? I think that's the most important part of a personality.
愛はそこそこで。
No, seriously. Be a bit more demanding on that point. I can't see you having a happy married life like this. You're gonna raise some real heartless children.
今は毎日
She's gone from sounding greedy to virtuous. I don't want to just leave it like that. But I don't have the slightest idea what to do or what could be done.
ねえ、小太郎くん、
Kotori addresses me in her sleep. What?
いろんなもの見てね。
Huh?
あんまりね、閉じこもらないでさ、
Aww.
視野広げて、自分を確立して、末は
What is she talking about?
立派なお大臣にでもなってよ。
Sure, a politician. I'd make a great one of those. So it all comes down to money, huh?
ホワイトで楽しみ。
Yeah? You expected some chocolate? I have nothing else to say. 1 kilo overweight, 2 kilos overweight, 3 kilos overweight. Enjoy getting fat in your dreams. In any case, my fears all but disappeared after talking to her. Falling asleep should be no problem. I can already feel the sweet embrace of oblivion. I literally feel it, in fact. As though a woman is gently embracing me. I'm probably dreaming already. Dreaming. The oblivion enveloped being has an odd musty smell to it, like that of a deep forest. That can't be. I'd almost fallen into slumber, but a sudden tingle of anxiety forces my eyes open. What? There's like a thing there. Huh? Oh, interesting. Something feels off for a moment I wake up. Yesterday, I feel like something happened. Something terrifying. However, I also feel like it's better I don't remember it. A ghost. A shiver runs down my spine. Enough of that. I begin preparing for school. It's all just a bad dream. What else could it have been? I sit at my desk, and of course, Kotori, the transfer student, is already sitting behind me. I don't think a simple greeting will be enough to soften her. Right, maybe I should try something witty. Maybe if I get her interested in some piece of trivia, the conversation will pick up and we'll become friends. Honestly, coming up with a convoluted plan like this if I make friends might be a little strange. In any case, it's worth a try. So, hey, Kotori.
おはようです
Not really a very friendly tone there. By the way, have you ever heard of the movie called Jaws? A lot of people in Japan think it refers to the name of the shark, but it actually refers to, well, it's Jaws.
へえ
Seems like I've successfully got her attention. It's a little odd they didn't translate the title when they released the movie in Japan, right? They could have called it Mandibulas, and far as we're concerned. Wait, is that even how you pluralize that? Maybe Mandibula is more accurate? Okay, that definitely would have sold. Well, if it's gonna end in an S, we could do something that is like that instead.
誰と会話してるんですか
That could be turned into something like super or special.
だから誰に
So, Super Jaw. The blood-pumping thriller has finally crossed the ocean all the way to Japan. America's #1 hit, Super Jaw. Get your tickets today. The theater would have been empty with a name like that. It sounds like a B movie. You'd be more likely to wonder what those Americans were even thinking. I'm sure you do anyway. Maybe special would sound better after all.
知りません
Jaw special? Or a special jaw? No, now you're just sounding like a documentary. The blood-pumping thriller has finally crossed the ocean all the way to Japan. America's #1 hit, A Special Jaw. No one would have gone to see that movie. Dang, I'm looking for a more Japanese-y friendly translation. Sugoi. Sugoi Jaw. The heck does that even mean? If America's #1 hit was called Sugoi Jaw, I think most people would go see it out of sheer curiosity.
まあ気にはなります
Maybe it's straying too far from the original. Jaw Sugoi would probably be the best translation after all. And you'd abbreviate it as Jaws. Yep, so I think I'll go with that. Wait, I just went in a circle!
知りませんけどね
Oh, come on, Otani. At least humor me. And with that, homeroom began. It's the most amazing conversation. Oh, I love it. It's like, okay, so question that I recently heard is like the sparks the most insane recent conversation. So if you're still here watching this video, I'd love to know your opinion. A good friend of mine postulated that all food can be broken down to two things. That all food essentially is either a sandwich or a soup. Now you can go with the easy things that are like, you have sandwiches, but an easy like discrepancy one would be a hot dog, because a hot dog is like a piece of meat filling with bread around it, right? And ultimately everything's a sandwich. Like, what's a lasagna? Well, like pasta is a grain-based state, like a bread is, and you've got filling and layers in between. So you've got like a multi-stacked sandwich. Spaghetti, deconstructed sandwich. Sushi, a rolled sandwich, the rice being the bread part with the seaweed as a holder. And then soups, everything's a soup, and anything in liquid form is a soup if you think about it. Like, just the consistency is how blended up it is, how big of chunks does it have? Because that'd be a stew. A soup technically is pure liquid, but with something floating inside it, you know? You could argue tea is a soup easily. But more difficult is something like, actually, I don't know. Soup's actually an easier one to sell. You just never really think about soup as being sweet, but anything you can think of that's sweet that you drink could easily be classified as a soup. Or a stew. But a stew is kind of like a subset of soup. So, yeah, what do you think about the idea that all food is either a sandwich or a soup? Do you have anything that is challenging to that? Like, that I can't, like, logically explain away? And, like, that's also, like, actual edible. Like, I mean, you could eat salt, but you can't call that a meal. Anyway, moving on. I jump out of my seat the moment the lunch bell rings. Dang, I'm already too late. There won't be any good bread left in the cafeteria at this point. Guess I've got to go out for an adequate meal again. I walk down the corridor while absentmindedly gazing out the window. Ah. I spot Otori, the transfer student. If I waste my time here, I probably won't be able to make it outside and back by the time classes start. Better avoid the dangerous situation. I swiftly turn around and head to the exit by taking a different route. Oh, someone I might be able to talk to. Nope, gotta just go this way. I round a corner. Guess that should be far enough. I begin to slow down. And then... What? I hear the sound of a shoddy whistle. What? Scratch that, a broken whistle. Who are you? I turn around to find a girl with so small that her head barely reaches my shoulders. She stands out so much I can recognize her anywhere. We know each other, to an extent. This acquaintance of mine takes a deep breath. Oh, she's trying to whistle! She's like me, I can't whistle either! And let's have the most pitiful sound thus far. She gives her whistle a few hard knocks. Is it really broken? Oh, so she actually has a whistle that's broken. I could say something, but observing her for a bit longer might be more interesting. I then try to pass by, acting as if I haven't even noticed her. Aww. She's trying to get our attention. She's desperately trying to get the sound out of the thing. Her indignant gaze at the whistle says it all. Just what happened to you? Okay, I feel bad if I ignore her any longer. What are you doing over there, little lady? Looks like she's seriously troubled by the fact that her whistle doesn't work. Show it to me. She gestures for me to wait and walks over to the water fountain. She then rinses the whistle with water. She wipes it off with a handkerchief and hands it to me. It's the kind of metal whistle judges use for sporting competitions. All those things are loud. I give it a look over, noticing a bunch of water residue inside. No wonder it doesn't work. Listen up, little lady. It's all well and good to keep it clean, but it won't work if it's constantly damp. You always wash it out before trying to use it, right? Ah, the scales have fallen off my eyes, says the surprised look on her face. I shake the water out with the whistle and hand it back to her. Hey! She points at me and blows her whistle.
警告
For what?
廊下を走ってはいけない
I wasn't running. Oh, I was power walking now. Seems we finally returned to the subject at hand. Huh. Guess I may have run for a few steps.
廊下を走ってはいけませんと生徒手帳にも書かれてる
And why are you telling me this?
私は風紀委員だ
Oh, are you? Her word choice makes it sound like Japanese isn't her native language. She probably means that she belongs to the disciplinary committee. I see. So what's your name?
しずるだ
Shizuru. How tall are you? 5. She shows me 1, and 4, and 9 on her fingers. 1, 4, 9. Is that 1.49 meters or what? How much do you weigh? This time is 3 and a 9. Your measurements? She falls deep into thought. It's okay if you don't know, really. You can't fault her for a lack of honesty. Her shoulders slump. She looks disappointed at not being able to answer. Well, for posterity, your measurements are probably not something you should be revealing to guys anyway. What? I've learned something new today, says the look in her widening eyes. This underclassman of mine, Suzuru, sometimes stops and reprimands me for assorted offenses. We first met at some kind of meeting. That's why it usually happens at meetings. You meet people. I was there to play some place of someone else. It seems like she took a liking to me back then. I'm not good at remembering people's faces, but there's no chance I could ever forget hers, especially with that eye patch. I still have no idea why she wears it. Never seen her without it, so it's probably pretty serious. I don't usually pry into personal matters, though. So, what do you want from me, little lady? Can't help but act like a big brother to her at times. It's a bit delusional on my part, sure, but at least I'm aware of it.
おお
She claps her hands together as though she remembers something.
小太郎
By the way, she still calls me by name, the name I first introduced myself with. I did tell her that it was more comfortable for me, but I honestly doesn't seem like she cares much about formality anyway. Well, what is it?
廊下を走ってはいけない。
Yes, we got that.
廊下を走ってはいけませんと生徒手帳にも書かれてる。
I mean, at least she's talking more, like, boldly. She repeats her earlier words. On which page? She takes the rule book out of her pocket. She's flipping through it. Reaching the end, she returns to the beginning and starts again. I don't think you'll find it in there. This cannot be, says her astonished eye. We're not in grade school anymore. They wouldn't have written down something as common sense as that.
決め台詞が
My signature phrase had been ruined. Dejection spreads across her features. She was probably mimicking the other members of the disciplinary committee. Perhaps that was her favorite line. But it's still true that you can't run the corridors, though. Aww. She nods in hearty agreement. Is that all you wanted, Miss Disciplinary Committee Officer Suzaru? She falls deep into thought for a few seconds. The whistle goes back into her mouth. She whistles, making a circular motion with her arms, and points at me.
トラベリング
That's a foul, you comment. That's a foul, you comment on taking more than 2 steps without dribbling. However, unfortunately, I don't have the ball. It's obvious a bad call on her part. What do you mean? Says her confused face. Huh? She blushes as I continue to stare at her. Maybe that earlier line was an attempt to conceal her embarrassment? Sometimes I feel like I can read her perfectly, but on other times she's a total enigma. I don't really get what you're trying to do, but for a foul, there's usually some sort of penalty involved.
罰則
Yeah, like how you gotta pay a fine when you go over the speed limit, or when you wind up cleaning duty for breaking school rules. She gives her rule book another once over.
残念ながらそんな罰則は定められていない。
Can't decide on one yourself as the disciplinary committee member.
罰則罰則
She falls into deep thought again. After a bit, she claps her hands.
お庭でお弁当食べよう。二人で。
How can you say no to that? That's adorable. She makes it sound like a brilliant idea, but that doesn't sound much like a penalty to me.
うん。
What? Is that so? Says a confused expression on her face as she starts thinking again. Wait, could that have been your plan all along? Well, it's not like I mind. She blushes. I must have gotten it right. In that case, let's go. She fidgets for a moment, stealing furtive glances at me while she does. Whatever is the matter, little lady? She follows me at a distance, taking tiny steps. Well, the weather's great today. Might not be too bad of an idea to eat lunch in the sun every once in a while. She nods. The issue at hand, however, is that I haven't yet to secure my meal. Can we drop by the cafeteria before we go? Quite a bit of time has already passed since I decided my options were going to be limited. At this point, I'd probably be able to get my hands on the leftovers of leftovers. Shizuru crosses her arms, thinking seriously.
小太郎
That's me.
頑張れ。
She gives me a thumbs up. Thanks. I respond with a thumbs up of my own. Well, I failed. All I could get were 2 red bean buns. Feel like I've got terrible luck with food lately.
そいつらはダメな子なのか。
She considers the red bean buns with a sad look in her eye. I wouldn't call it junk, but I admit it's far from a feast. Some may call this junk, me, I call them treasures. Not a good idea, but the cafeteria that late, huh? She slowly points at her lunchbox. Then she bows her head. Hey, it's not like it's your fault. She probably feels guilty for holding me up earlier. Dejection. Don't take it too hard. She gives me a questioning look. But, says her expression, it would bring shame to my clan if I did not redeem myself for my transgression. I would do everything in my power to provide you with a worthy compensation, says the look in her solemn eye. The historical drama I watched the other day may be having an influence on my impression, but it's more or less what she means. Then give me one of your side dishes. I'm fine with anything. She nods. Seems like that cheered her up. Well then. I consider my options. It's probably the bad idea to follow through with my original plan of leaving the school with a disciplinary committee member at my side. But this is where bartering comes into play. Well, just watch. Alright. I think we're going to leave our lunch escapade for next time. So that was pretty interesting. She's really adorable. I think all the characters have been proving pretty adorable lately. I have a feeling I'm going to fall in love with each and every one of them, but so far they all kind of feel like like friends and kids' sisters. I'm not sure if I'm seeing like a romanceable option route yet. We'll see. Maybe they're not even romanceable routes, to be honest. We'll have to see. But anyway, I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Man, I'm really enjoying this series. Like, I knew it was very likely to because it has a lot of good ratings. A lot of people praised it in the Discord, but all the same, I'm pleasantly surprised by how much I'm already enjoying this series. And nothing's really even happened yet. I mean, there's some dangling mysteries. It's doing a really good job of like kind of putting out little hooks to catch me, but like not explaining anything yet. So it definitely caught my interest in that way. But even just the characters have been really fun and engaging. So it's really cool to see. I'm interested to see what else is going to happen and what the future holds for our favorite little characters here. So I hope you'll stick around and keep watching this series with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you especially to the patrons who help make this content even more possible. Their names are over here. Give them a big thank you if you can. It'd be really nice to see you showing appreciation in the chat. Or chat, what am I talking about? I've been watching too many Twitch streamers lately. But until next video, watching me, I've seen you next. I'll see you there.